If you're 16 to 20, the odds are you don't have full control over your day. You have things like school, mandatory chores, like just random things that you have absolutely no control over and you can't change the time of. And school is a big one. You don't have autonomy of choice when you go to school. You're given a timetable that you have to follow. Not one that you decided, one that you have to follow. A script that you have to follow. And the truth is, when you're young, you're probably not going to have much control over your life. But for your whole life, you always have control over one aspect. And that is your morning, how you start your days. You will always have control over that. Unless you have children. And then sometimes your children will just, I wouldn't say disturb you because that sounds bad, but yeah, they'll disturb your morning routine. So when you're 16 to 20, life is hectic, it's chaotic. So you have to make sure that you optimize your morning routine so that you counteract the chaos of life. And look, school doesn't make the chaos of life any better. I think it actually adds to the equation. It reduces your mental health. It just makes you dread living. Like when you're going to school, most people, 99% of people when they go to school, they're always looking forward to Friday. They're always looking forward to like the weekend. That's not a way to live. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to give you a perfect morning routine for a 16 to 20 year old. And this morning routine will massively improve your mental health. And if done right, exactly as I say, it will catapult your productivity. You will be so productive you won't even know like what happened. But the key with this is that you have to do it at the same time every day and you have to do it right. So to get the productivity aspect out of the way, the only way that this morning routine will, any morning routine will make you more productive is if you do not use your phone first thing in the morning. You see, if you go on your phone first thing in the morning, you're going to be bombarded with dopamine, cheap sources of dopamine. Whether it's from like seeing, I have new WhatsApp messages, this girl replied. Or you go on Instagram, then you see short form content, you see a reel, you see a TikTok, and then it's a TikTok that you like, and your brain is just being drowned by dopamine first thing in the morning. And what you have to understand is that the first source of dopamine for your day is extremely important. Because your brain, it's like your brain will know that dopamine comes from this area. So your brain is going to seek dopamine from your first source. So the only way that this morning routine will actually improve your productivity is if you do not use your phone before. Because as soon as you use your phone, you counteract everything that you're doing. This morning routine will make you so productive. It has good habits in it. But then if you pair those good habits with using your phone first thing in the morning, you just negate all the benefits. But anyways, on to the actual morning routine. So the first step of this morning routine is wake up. Obviously. But the first step of the morning routine is wake up and get sunlight as soon as possible. If you wake up before the sun rises, then fair enough, just switch on as many lights as you can. But as soon as there is sunlight outside, as soon as the sun starts rising, you need to go out and get some sunlight. And the reason being is that sunlight is good for you. But the main thing is this, it sets your circadian rhythm. So when you go outside and you get like intense sunlight, what this does, it sets an internal timer in your body of about 16 hours as to when you're next going to get tired. And if you do this every day at the same time, the key is you have to do this at the same time. What that's going to do is going to naturally set a circadian like clock in your body. So you're going to wake up and sleep at the same time naturally. Like it will just happen. You won't need to like use an alarm clock. You won't need to think. After a week of doing this, you genuinely won't need to use an alarm. And the other reason for waking up and getting sunlight is that vitamin D is just good for you. More vitamin D equals better health and you'll have more testosterone. Vitamin D is essential for testosterone. And testosterone as a man is like your essential hormone. It's the most important thing you have. And now the next step, after you get sunlight, what I normally do, it depends how sunny it is. Because I live in Zim, so sometimes the sun is absolutely blazing and like it would just be burning me. So the next step is to gratitude journal. So you can either do this when you're outside, you just get a pen and paper, or you can just go back inside and start gratitude journaling. The best is actually to do it outside because I assume wherever you're living, the sun isn't as intense as it gets in Zim. So essentially what you do with gratitude journaling is you're writing things that you're grateful for. So you can be like, I'm grateful for this desk because it allows me to rest my book on it. So because I can rest my book on it, I can do more work and this work like furthers my purpose. Something like that. So you can see from what I was saying I was grateful for, it was a full sentence. You have to say full sentences. You have to use full sentences. Because once you're using full sentences, you'll be thinking about the thing more. You'll be thinking about what you're grateful for a longer time. So that gratitude emotion will be prolonged. Damn, I'm shining. What's going on here? Oh, I've tried. Dude, I am shining. I guess this is what happens when you bath. So if you want to shine like me, then bath. But the truth is, my camera skills just aren't the best, so forgive me. I guess you call this light skin hours. Sorry, I got distracted. But essentially, what you need to do with gratitude journaling is you have to write full, as I said, you have to write full sentences. So essentially, the template for gratitude journaling is I'm grateful for X because of Y. It has to be a full sentence. And no, you cannot write the same thing every day. You can't write every day, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my chair. You have to diversify your portfolio. Because the truth is, you have thousands of things to be grateful for, but you only realize that when you actually sit down and think about what you're grateful for. Because right now, I can say that I am grateful for this hair food because it helps me like maintain my hair and it keeps it healthy. Like everywhere in your room, you'll see things that you're grateful for if you really try. And the reason why gratitude journaling is good after waking up is because it puts you in a positive mindset. And one thing you need to know about thoughts is no thoughts are independent of each other. Thoughts are like chains, like they're all connected to each other. So there's a chain reaction. So if you have one positive thought, if you induce one positive thought, your brain is going to induce another positive thought. However, if you induce a negative thought, the next thoughts that you come up with will likely be negative. And if you don't believe me, I want you to try this. Manually think of something positive, manually think a happy thought, and then observe the thought that comes next. The odds are that thought would have been positive. So see, that's how you can see that gratitude journaling, it puts you into this positive mindset where you're thinking about things that you're grateful for. And then that sets the tone for your day. You are naturally going to be more grateful during the day because once you develop it as a practice, it's like during the day you'll actually be like subconsciously looking for things that you're grateful for, so that you have something to write the next day. And another key aspect to why you should do gratitude journal is because it puts in you the abundance mindset that you have more than you need. Because when you're grateful, it's like you're essentially saying that you have more than you need. And obviously, you want abundance, whether that's abundance in finances, in love, in your life. Abundance is created from abundance. Scarcity doesn't create abundance. So you have to have that abundance mindset, which comes through gratitude, to create the abundance that you desire in other aspects of your life. See, this is why I say, remember when I said that the sun is like absolutely blazing in Zim? Like, I wouldn't say it's blazing, it's actually overcast, but it's like so white outside. It's so white. I like it black. So now the next step, which may not apply to everyone, is pray and read your Bible. But the truth is, like, I doubt most people watching this probably aren't religious or aren't Christian. So if this step doesn't apply to you, then you can skip it. Like you can do whatever you want. So now the next step that everyone can do is journaling. With journaling, just journal about anything that you want. I find that I wake up with like a topic on my head. Like I'll wake up with like a question, like how to be more masculine. Or sometimes I actually wake up to an answer of a question that I was asking myself the day before. So I already have a topic to journal about. But if you don't have anything to journal about, then you can do something that I call thought dumps. So thought dumps is essentially you just write down every single thing on your mind. So if you think that I smell, you write down I smell. If you think that, like literally any random thought that you have, you write it down. And what this does is it creates mental clarity, and it's like it empties your mind. And then since your mind has been like emptied and you have mental clarity, you can attack the day in a calm manner with tranquility. So there's 3 types of journaling that you can do. There's a thought dumper that I just talked about. Then there's intentional journaling where it's like you have a specific topic and you're journaling about one thing. And then there's like daily planning where you just say, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that. Like you can do all 3. Like some days I just do all 3. So the reason you want to journal in your morning routine is because it creates mental clarity early on in the day. So it gives you this firm foundation that you can act upon when you're progressing with your day. And the second thing is like you can release your emotional baggage first thing in the morning. Because let's say you're going through a tough period, let's say it's like something's hurt you emotionally, you're going to wake up with that thing on your mind. So you can release the emotional baggage that comes with that thing by like journaling about it, by venting, saying everything that you need to say and writing it down. And then once you've done that, it's like all those emotions that you woke up with are less intense. And because you've let go of that emotional baggage, you're less likely to take things out on other people. So you won't be rude to other people just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or just because like you're still upset of something that happened the day before. And then the next thing, the 5th thing to do in your perfect morning routine is to meditate after journaling. Sometimes I would have said like meditate first thing or like just before journaling, but I found that let's say you journal about something that's very like emotional, you will need that time to just focus on the present moment, to empty your mind and to just focus on one thing, which is essentially meditation. And there's many different forms of meditation. There's prayer, there's mindful meditation, there's breathing exercises. If you want me to make an in-depth video on like meditation and all the different types, then just drop a comment and I'll produce it as soon as I can. The key with meditation is to find something that centers you in the present moment, something that calms you down. So essentially the reason for meditating is because it aligns you in the present moment. And that's extremely important because you react best when you're in the present moment, not when you're thinking about the past, when you're thinking about the future, when you're in the present moment. And another good reason to meditate is because it calms your nervous system. And a calm nervous system is amazing. And the last part of your morning routine, especially if you want to become more masculine, is to view and visualize your goals. See, I have this template on Notion with all my goals. So I have goals for even this month, November, and goals for 2027, 5-year goals. And I just look at them that in the morning so that I can remind myself of my purpose, so that I can remind myself of what I want to do and what I need to do as a man. And I find that that's just very good for me because it motivates me. It reminds me of the work that I need to do. It reminds me that I have a job to do and job's not finished, as Kobe said. Essentially, that's it for the perfect morning routine for a 16 to 20-year-old. I want you to try this for 2 weeks, or you can even modify it so that it suits you better. And just tell me how it goes. If you got any value from this video, I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like and subscribed. It's a win-win for both of us.